Hi, everyone. My name is Jarek Ostrowski. I am a product designer on the Create team. I work on design management and wiki. Today, I want to talk about design management because I think it's a really exciting space right now for us. It's really it's growing, and we're all designers, so it's really cool to talk about where we were and then where we're headed. That's kind of the direction I want to go with this presentation. So the Knowledge Group, myself as a product designer and a bunch of other great teammates. Kristen Debenko is the new product manager. She was added a few months ago, and she's really worked with me to develop a stronger both short-term vision and long-term vision and roadmap. And it's been really exciting to work with her and all the engineers and everybody involved. So I want to talk about the goals. So we have the business goals for design management. You know, of course, designers are an integral part of the product development workflow, as we all know. We work hand in hand with developers, product managers to design and develop great products. The total market of design tools right now is over 4 billion and growing. It's almost every day we see a new design tool come out. InVision, 5 million users, Sketch, 1 million, Figma, 1 million. So there's a lot of room for us as a business to bring designers into the GitLab product. It's unlikely that we're going to take designers completely out of their tools. So really the emphasis is on, we need to work with developers and other stakeholders that are already in GitLab. So what can we not substitute for them, but build off of what they have and what they need when they're inside of GitLab. Customer goals. I mean, we're a single application for the complete DevOps lifecycle. We've all heard it, and it rings true for all of our product. And we all live here. We all are in this lifecycle, and we want to incorporate designers as first-class citizens. Constraints right now for design management, we're having difficulty with our roadmap and how we want to structure the design management tool. And it's currently under the hood working with Git. And so there's some clashing there that we want to do with versioning, and there's some constraints with how we manage it in Git. So fidelity was one of the items that was asked to be in here, and that's, sorry, my cat was just like climbing up a wall or something and fell down. I don't know what was going on. So the fidelity is high fidelity because we have the awesome UI kit for our design system. So it's easy enough to just put buttons and components, putting these mock-ups together. And we're trying to increase the maturity to viable. It's currently minimal, but this should be increasing soon with all of what I'm going to be talking about today. I also put a link there if you'd like to check out the direction for design management, which I'll link in the doc too. So sometimes going forward starts with a step back. It's really about, when I came onto the design management team last year, I wanted to get a bigger picture of what it was and where we're heading. So it starts with a step back. So who is design management for? Well, designers, of course, for the most part. As designers, we create, read, update, and delete designs. And so we're managing designs. Literally, it's in the name design management. But we also present designs to other stakeholders, other people in the company. So tools around being able to do that are important. And of course, view and comment on designs. For developers, it's about using designs as specs for merge requests. So that's something we're focused on. And then everyone else, all other stakeholders, will view and comment on designs and go through that iterative process. So it's important to separate personas and look at each of the features, saying, okay, we're going to focus on this persona for creating, reading, and updating, and then others have different needs. So that was really one thing that I noticed was we need to think of it in that way when we're designing new features. And designers don't work or think like developers. which is why I'm so confused by the concept of Git for designers. It's just, we as designers think differently than developers, and developers think differently than designers. And that's something that we're thinking about too, every step of the way. So in design management, what we started with is it's Git based under the hood, which has its advantages and disadvantages. You could upload PNG or JPEG images as designs and issues. You could comment pins, place comment pins on design and comment on those designs. You could cycle through them, going to previous and the next design in that batch. And it's all under a designs tab, which started as an interesting problem to have because almost nobody knew it was there. And here is the best part. We have the best designers in the world. So, and yeah, there's no picture here because I couldn't fit us all in one picture. Sorry, I tried to do something, but it was taking too much time. So the best part is that we can all work together. We're all designers. We can tap into our design team to help design and build this tool. So here's an image of a part of an issue that we created on providing feedback in GitLab, but also I've tried to, and I've spoken with a lot of you. So thank you, first of all, for all of you who've spoken with us about improving design management. So we've been doing that more and more, and that's been a big emphasis for us to, you know, ping the UX team in issues or on Slack. And, you know, we can all contribute to making this a great tool and feature for all designers, including us. So thank you for all of you who've given feedback, and I hope we continue to do that because it's all something we are using from what I'm seeing. So here's just a couple of items for feedback so far that we've gotten. There's a little bit of confusion around the versioning of collections. So you'll upload a design and you'll have now a collection, even if it's only one or two. And even if you add a single design, it'll create a new collection. Nothing else, even though nothing else changed, it considers that addition to be a change. So it'll create a new version. There's a little bit of confusion around this. So if you were to go back in time to see different versions of your designs, these are versions of collections. So there's a little bit of confusion here, and is a Git-based workflow, right? You create a branch, you merge it, there's a new version of that. So there's been a big refocus. Personally, I want to focus on individual design versions rather than the versioning of collections themselves. So there's a link there as well to go check out the issue we're working on, where you can upload an individual design to overwrite one rather than uploading one and having it create a whole new collection, when really all you want to do is update a single design. Deleting designs doesn't actually delete. Yes, it's kind of interesting when we were going down this road and didn't realize that what we were doing when you delete is actually archiving. So we're going to be readjusting deleting to be archiving and looking into actually deleting designs, because who knows, you could have put in some, you know, somebody could have put something confidential or something accidentally that they want removed, and that's going to persist in previous versions because we're not actually deleting them. So that's something we're working on. You can't see the small details in vertical design. So this is a great example that Jeremy had put in. As you can see, you cannot see anything on that design. So that was an obvious first issue when we were looking at how we're going to format designs when they first load into the view. So we actually did just ship zooming. So in this case, if you were to go back to that example, Jeremy, you now have zooming where you can zoom into those awesome icons that you put together. And right now, you can't resolve designs. So designs will sort of just always be there. And when something is complete or resolved, there's no way to actually denote that as resolved. So we went through a long problem validation issue around this, around design reviews and approvals. We interviewed about 15 people during this process. Catherine, who helped us out, did a fantastic job, and we were looking into how people review and approve designs. And so we're currently working on doing this in design management in GitLab. So how we're focusing going forward, really my mindset and philosophy around this is to look harder at design tools as inspiration, but not as a prescription. I know sometimes we'll look at examples and say, okay, that's the way to do it. We'll do it that way. But in GitLab, you know, our certain use case, designers have different needs. And so, you know, we want to create a comfortable place for designers to manage their designs. That's simple concept to go by. To also utilize our design team, but don't forget about other designers, because we at GitLab, as we all know, coming from different companies before this, we work very differently here with issues and merge requests and GitLab itself. Another emphasis is to focus on designers and be design first when it comes to create, reading, and updating and deleting, but don't overlook the other personas, because they will also be interacting with design management for certain things. And to focus on details. And I've always been about, personally, as a designer, focus on quality over quantity. So that means looking at the existing features we have and making them the best that they can possibly be, and not just shipping a bunch of features because we want to pack more and more into that. So it's really important that we focus on quality, make sure it works, and having good quality in the design management feature. And of course, design first mentality, which I've mentioned. So the bigger vision of where we're headed, which is, there's a link there, is to bring designs into review apps, which we're really excited about. This is getting closer to the ultimate vision of the true designer developer handoff, where a developer can be in a review app looking at a staging environment and putting those designs that were initially created around that side by side overlay. We haven't really determined that yet, but that is a vision that we're looking into. We're also looking to integrate closer with UI design tools. If you haven't seen, Marcel put a great plugin together for Sketch plugin to integrate into the design management feature. You can select your artboards and then use the Sketch plugin to directly import those into the issue you select. We also want to make design a first designer. Oh, sorry, this is a typo. Make designer a first-class citizen, and then go beyond issues. It's not just about putting designs in issues and then the issues closed and then the designs are gone. We actually want to move beyond issues and make designs themselves GitLab-wide. And then design reviews and approvals, which I talked about. So if you have feedback or an idea, there's a Slack, the feedback issue, and then you can ping me in either. Thank you very much. I think I'm at time.